BC, I want to go ahead. I'm just going to lead you into it because you've been hype. You've been hyped. Yeah, okay. We've watched Obi-Wan Kenobi. We felt Obi-Wan Kenobi, and BC, I'm gonna just give it to you. Do you feel justified?
So it's so good to be right. I'm just saying. It is so fantastic when you find out, man, you so smart. You just the smartest person on the planet. SMURT, smart. I'm a genius. And I called it. This was a movie that they made into a series. What up, son? Represent. I know my shit.
He's right, guys. So as you guys know, we just had the Kenobi series come out, and 6 episodes is what we got. 6 episodes is what we enjoyed, or kind of, somewhat. But that's what we were given. However, it does turn out that BC was correct. The one of the earlier writers, I guess, on one of the earlier projects, came out and spoke about what was to happen, and he actually told the world that the Kenobi series was originally meant to be a trilogy, not 1, not 2, 3 Kenobi movies to detail how he got from being Obi-Wan Kenobi from Episode 3 all the way up to where we meet him in A New Hope. BC, I read the article. I read what he said. I read what how he structured. Very good article. How they structured the 3 movies. And man, what if? That's all I can say about this. What do you think, man?
I do think it probably would have worked gone a little smoother if it was a film. Like that's the one thing I was saying. My biggest criticism of Obi-Wan was you could tell it was a film script that was cut into a series and added to make a series, which is what slowed it down. And where its biggest negatives were the fact that this was not meant to be a show. So I think I would have loved I love the pitch. I love the idea of what they wanted to do with 3 movies, which makes you go, okay, do they bring this dude back and go into his ideas for season 2 and 3?
Right, and that's what it's going to lead into. So the way that he kind of structured it, if you guys want to know, pretty much he said that the Obi-Wan tale should be told in a 3-part movie, right? A trilogy, detailing certain aspects of Kenobi's journey as he becomes who he ends up becoming. The first movie was pretty much what we got in the series, Obi-Wan and his accepting of the Force and everything. But the second movie was going to delve into his training with Qui-Gon Jinn and ultimately accepting his fate as sacrificing himself for the Republic, right? Which he ends up doing in Episode 4. So it's kind of him coming to terms with the action that he's going to take later on in Episode 4, giving you an idea of like, okay, this is why he did what he did, because it is a little awkward, I guess, if you're just watching Episode 4 after watching Episode 3 about how Obi-Wan just sacrifices himself. It could be a little awkward. So they wanted to kind of delve into that a little bit more with that second movie. Curious to see if they're going to use that idea for a potential second season. But, of course, we talked about that yesterday. Now, BC, we did talk about this yesterday. You said that you weren't on board with the second season. With this being told that there was a trilogy in the works, with the first movie kind of being what we got in the first season, would you now like to see that second season kind of echoing what he mentioned?
As long as there's no Vader, I would actually really be interested in an idea that that Obi-Wan now, or Ben now, has to figure out how to accept the fact that he's going to have to sacrifice. I didn't even think about that aspect of it. And now when you put it out there, you go, oh, that sounds really interesting to really delve into what's going to happen, why he knows, or how he gets to the point where he's going to be ready to just say, all right, man, take me out. Because when he goes out, he's immediately ready to be like, all right, Luke, let's do this. Yeah, immediately that next night, he's like, yo, Luke, use the Force. Don't use that computer thing. You know? Right. So I think that could be a very interesting story to tell, as long as, once again, we're staying away from Vader and we keep the hunt of him going, hey, at some point you're going to have to face Vader again. Right. And this is what's going to have to happen.
Right. What I would like to see if they were to do this, and now when he broke down the second movie, to me the second movie seems to me more prime for a series than the first one. That journey he has to go on for that self-sacrifice, learning under Qui-Gon Jinn. There's a few ways that this can work. One, you got to put Qui-Gon Jinn in it. Quiet a bit. Make Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So you got to get Liam back, which could be difficult.
It could be. I mean, he's a very busy man.
Because it looked like he filmed his scenes from his living room. So I don't think he's much of a let's go do television kind of thing. He's too busy taking 983 with a different name.
Yeah, so it has to be that. I don't really want to see any Vader. Echoing what you said, I really don't want to even see Inquisitors. Now, if he still has to be on the run, I get that. No more Wolf and Cub.
Yeah.
No more he has to go rescue Luke or Leia or Grogu or some kid who can't fend for themselves. We've seen that. I'm done with that. Right?
Yeah.
I would like for this to be more of a personal journey. If you can make this a personal journey for Obi-Wan, which I think is what a lot of people really wanted from the first season, was a personal journey. We got a lot of different stuff, but this one, if it's talking about his self-sacrifice, this echoes personal journey. So I would definitely like to see this if they want to go this way, but it was really interesting for them to finally admit, this was going to be a movie, but it was more surprising that they said it was going to be a trilogy. That's the biggest thing.
You know what? This is where you could bring Reva back for this and have her working with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. And that way we have a character that we can get connected to that at some point we have to kill off.
Yeah, and it could be a much more impactful.
You could really redeem her a little bit more and give her a better role to work with.
Yeah, maybe he learns the self-sacrifice thing because she does it, and he sees that it's going to come to his point at some time. It could be they could use this character and definitely rebrand her in the second season, which I definitely think the character needs. I definitely think the character needs a very much fresh rebranding.
Not even just the character, but Moses Ingram herself, because, again, bullshit aside,
right?
She wasn't given the best material. I believe she was given material that was hastily written. Right. And so she just did the best she could with what she had. And I think given a focus, they could really pull something really great out of that character.
I totally agree. Guys, this is the news that we just kind of found out. What do you guys think about this Obi-Wan Kenobi trilogy that was supposed to happen that was ultimately scrapped to make way for the series? I would love to hear your thoughts about it. Please leave your comment down below and let us know what you guys think about it as we move on to our very next topic.